You're watching Ladies in the Locker Room. We'll be right back.
What's going on, everybody? It's your girl, it's Hattie, and this is my Sports Quickie. Well, the Atlanta Falcons won this week. They beat the Washington Redskins. Now, of course, they beat the Washington Redskins without RG3. Now, I was kind of wondering, the Redskins made a real scary move by benching RG3 for the rest of the season. They said they want to preserve him. They don't want to risk him getting hurt again, and they know that they're not going to the playoffs, and their season is pretty much done. So they taken him out, and they put in their second string quarterback. Well, I wonder why the Falcons didn't do that. Matt Ryan is still in there. Matt Ryan's still in there. All the first stringers still playing. Yeah, they are letting some of the second stringers and the bench guys come in and the rookies come in, get a little playing time. But they haven't made any drastic moves like the Washington Redskins did. So the Falcons beat the Redskins 27-26. Okay, and other football action, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yes, coach did get fined that $100,000, big fine. But this week he came back with a vengeance. Those Steelers look like the Steelers of all. The steel wall was up. They came in. The Steelers played. They beat the Bengals. I mean, and they beat them. The Bengals tried to come back. They tried to make a run for it, but it didn't happen. Also, we talked about the Atlanta Hawks playing the Lakers. Well, Atlanta Hawks looking pretty good this year, and they beat the Lakers. They beat Kobe Bryant and the Lakers tonight. So that's been my Sports Quickie. We'll see Rachmana coming up next.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Ladies in the Locker Room. I'm Rachmana, and this is my Sports Quickie. Okay, last time we ended my segment looking forward to the Heat-Pacers game that was coming up on Tuesday night. What an intense game that was. Miami only got 4 of 21 three-point shots. LeBron finished with 6 out of 16 overall. And the star of the night was Roy Hibbert. That big man can get himself into the paint. Really, he's strong on both sides of the court. He scored 9 of the first 11 points, got a season high of 10 baskets, and had 24 points overall, 3 of them being three-point shots. He is something else. And for the Miami Heat, this was their 3rd loss in 5 games, and they wound up getting beat by the Pacers 90-84. Now, they're going to have a rematch coming up in a couple of days on the 18th, and that's going to be intense because they're not going to meet again until March 26th of next year. So I'm looking forward to this game. Clearly, the Pacers are not intimidated by the Miami Heat. As a matter of fact, Paul George named as his most challenging NBA matchup Kevin Durant, not LeBron James. And that's understandable after the Thunder beat up on them on December 8th with KD walking away with 36 points. I may have gone too far wearing my orange and my Kangol last time because the Knicks, after losing 8 of 11 games on their home court, decided to come to ATL and show their teeth and whoop up on the Hawks. The Hawks stunk the joint up. We had 14 turnovers in the first half. Carmelo Anthony had 17 points in the first half. Clearly, he's not the problem on the Knicks. Kyle Korver went to go shoot a three-pointer in the first half, and seems he's gone temporarily cold. Paul Millsap fouled out in the 4th, and they wound up beating us 111-106. So I'm gonna roll up in here with some red and white next time. Now for my Poe baby, Poe Pau Gasol. Wow, it sounds like there's talks that he's going to be traded for Tyson Chandler. Wow, we'll talk about that next time. All right, that's my Sports Quickie. I'm Rachmana, and this is Ladies in the Locker Room. See you next time.
Locker Room every Monday night at 7 p.m. for a live taping of our show at the Hudson Grill, located at 6317 Roswell Road in Sandy Springs, Georgia. The Hudson Grill is the best place in town to watch your team get down for sports, food, spirits, and fun. The Hudson Grill.
take on different topics in athletics, in sports, in professional sports, the NBA, the NFL, hockey, whatever. Well, there are a few things going on. We're going to start off with the Jameis Winston situation. Now, last week we talked about Jameis. He had been accused of rape, and then it was thrown out, or he was acquitted, or they didn't charge him, whatever. And we asked the question, did we think that this would hurt his chances of winning a Heisman Trophy? Well, you know what I said? I said yes. I said yes. But, ladies, what happened?
He got it.
He got it.
He did win. And I'm glad he did. If he was the player that they decided on, I'm glad that that situation did not affect his chances and didn't hurt him. We also mentioned Mr. Banks. What if it was a situation like Mr. Banks where they said, oh yeah, we're going to go forward with this, we're going to go ahead and try him, and we're going to find out, because he didn't go to trial or anything. What if they'd done something like that to him just to find out later on that he wasn't guilty? I bet you, if they would have went ahead with those charges against him, he wouldn't have won.
Yeah,
he wouldn't have won. They wouldn't have gave it to him. They gave it to whoever was second in line. Well, he won. What can I say?
Awesome.
I'm glad he won. He was the person that they had lined up to win, and he won. And I'm glad he won. I do want to say, for the young lady and all young ladies out there, I know life throws you a curve. Sometimes we put ourselves, as women, put ourselves in situations that we just can't get out of. I want to just, say to her, I don't want you to feel like we don't care about you and nobody cares and he's not guilty or is guilty. We're not here to judge him, or we're not here to judge you.
And can I add to, just like with O.J. Simpson, just like with George Zimmerman, time is the ultimate judge. And no one's character is changed by a victory or a win or a Heisman Trophy. So if he did do it, he'll probably do it again, and eventually we'll find out. We'll find out whether or not he was guilty. It always happens.
Well, I don't know now, because we talked about Roethlisberger being charged.
We still have time.
Accused.
We still have time.
3 times.
Ooh, 3 times.
Hasn't gone to court once. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll
Time
see.
to tell.
We'll see.
Well, on to the next topic. We're going to talk about some NBA action. Kobe Bryant. What's going on, everybody? We're Ladies in the Locker Room, and each week we take on a discussion about things going on in the sports world. This week we're going to talk about how they treat the veterans, how they treat the old school guys. I mean, they've been in the league, they've been doing what they're supposed to do, and it just seems like when they're done using them up, they just kind of toss them away. We're going to start this discussion off by talking about the situation between Kobe Bryant and Paul Gasol. Let's start off with you, Rahmana. What happened?
Oh, I mean, in one of those post-game interviews, Kobe just sold Powell out, just sold him out, joned on him. He tried to make light of it, but he made some kind of comment basically saying he was terrible, that he played terribly, and he said he was going to talk to him after the game and get on him and call him out. And I guess I felt that for Powell because I know that he's also having issues with the coach, D'Antonini. And it just hurt my heart because Powell has 2 NBA championships with the Lakers. He's been such
He's been there.
He's been such an amazing, supportive player. He's one of those players that make me say, white boys can jump. You know what I mean? I love Powell Gasol. And it just is a shame that it seems like when a man has given his all and then inevitably succumbs to father time, nobody has any compassion.
Well, that's not new in any sport, NFL, NBA, any of it. Unfortunately, they use you until they use you up, and then when they're done with you, they got to get rid of you. And the situation with Powell is they've got to get rid of him while he's still usable for someone else.
Right.
Yes.
Now, the other problem with Kobe, Kobe is like the grandfather of the team. Kobe's been there through everybody. He's been there through Shaq.
Yeah.
He's been there. He was truly a franchise player.
Yes.
They brought him here. He's going to stay here. And when he goes away, he's going to go away from there.
Yeah.
He's not playing anywhere else. And he
yeah.
just signed a new contract. Now, I understand that, and they call him the leader. He's supposedly a leader.
Yes.
But you can't throw your teammates under the bus. If you're a good leader, you don't throw your teammates under the bus, especially in the media.
Correct. I agree. You definitely have to be there to kind of support them and let them know where they can use that, that coaching.
Some things have to be left in the locker room.
Yeah, role model, behind cameras, off cameras.
In the locker room, in the locker room. And like I said, you mentioned that he kind of called him out. Calling him out and throwing him under the bus is two different things. So I really don't agree with that at all.
They're on the same team as well, so they're supposed to be there to kind of support one another also.
Particularly since Kobe himself is
Just
coming
came
back from an injury. So that really struck me as odd.
And not to mention, like the last 4 games, Kobe he had 25 turnovers, so he can't really talk himself.
He's not at the top of his game.
Nobody's pointing a finger about that, I see.
Yeah. So are you saying, Ms. Hattie, that this because it seems to me that we're in a time of trading frenzy with the NBA. I'm not as familiar with what happens in the NFL. Has it always been that way?
Yes. The way teams do it is, of course, they need you when they need you, but when they really don't need you anymore, they've got to get rid of you while you're of some value so that they can get something back. Either they'll get a draft pick or a trade for another position that they might use. But if they use you and they use you up and you have no value to anybody, then they don't need you anymore. You're a waste. So Powell is still a good player.
Yeah.
And if they want to trade Powell, they're going to get something for that trade.
And he came back to the Lakers much faster than Derrick Rose came back to the Bulls. He stayed out for a few games, but he came back quick. And he really, actually, if you look at his stats, he's not doing that bad. I have a feeling there's a chemistry problem between him and D'Antonini and the coach.
Obviously.
And I think that has so much to do with, it's funny, we talk about the athleticism and the strength and the skill, but the relationship between the coach and players is so important.
And it has to be there.
It does, and I don't think it's there.
And Kobe, I mean, let's be real. Kobe's chemistry with anybody
is a deciding factor for the Lakers. Yes.
You don't have a chemistry with Kobe, you're probably not going to be there.
How about that?
Although, Kobe's days are number 2. Now I know he just signed a new contract, just added a little bit more time because he plans to retire with the Lakers. I get that, but they've got to look to their future as well.
Right.
Yes.
Well,
I want to see how he feels about that.
Yeah.
When they start looking toward their future, and the future is not Kobe.
Right.
It's going to be some new, young, hot-headed, but fabulous young player. And Kobe's going to be the old dude that everybody's going to be dogging out. I wonder how he's going to handle that. I can't wait to see that. I just want to know how he's going to handle it.
Well,
maybe he won't be able to.
He may not. He has ego, so it'll bother him. And it'll be interesting to watch how he progresses as the season continues, because he's criticized, as you were saying, he's slow right now. So let's see if he gets any better and if he'll have anything else to say about anybody else by the end of the season.
But this has been Ladies in the Locker Room, and this is our weekly discussion, and we're going to follow Kobe and Powell. Powell, like Rahmana said, he's been a proven player. He's been in the league for a while, and he's always been a good player. So I'm sure if he gets traded somewhere else, he'll be a benefit, an asset, wherever he goes. But nobody wants to be traded. Everybody would like to stay and grow and then retire. But we'll see. But Powell, we'll be watching you wherever you go. We'd like to know your thoughts. You can always chime in with us, ladiesininlockerroom@gmail.com, and tell us what you think. Do you think that Powell's about to get traded? Do you think Kobe did throw Powell under the bus? And if he does get traded, where would you like to see him go? Let us know what you think. We're Ladies in the Locker Room, and we'll see you next week.